Hey there YouTube, how you doing? Today I'm bringing you a 17-1 MVP gameplay with the Famas on Sign Crossing. This is Rush. I just got this last night, a near flawless game. I was hoping it would be flawless. I was very active in trying to play as good as I can, you know. I always try and play as good as I can, but in this game, you know, my focus was as hard as I can because I was using a weapon that is really not great. It is probably one of the worst weapons in the game. It's the Famas with the Cobra red dot sights. I got a foregrip on it. I'm not too sure if the foregrip is necessary. I will have to check on simfic.com and see if it is necessary. So we're busting in on the MCOM here, on Bravo. See, I'm just looking around the corner. You see that guy threw the grenade. You know what? I challenge him straight away. The reason I challenge him is he's throwing a grenade, so he's most likely either still in animation or he's not looking. And you can see here, shoot that guy. How did I know that guy was there? Well, partly I was looking around the corner ready to, you know, catch someone off guard there, but luckily I had a teammate that said, hey, Broken Machine, there's a guy coming down the stairs, look over here. So, you know, that is really important. When you're on the mic, you know, even if you're not playing with anybody that you know, just shout out, say, hey, if anyone's on my team listening, there's a guy about to come around the corner, you know, get ready for them, tell them, you know, really help out your team. Not everyone has a mic on, but if you just, you know, give call outs, you know, help out your team, then you never know, it might help someone out, and, you know, in turn that'll help you out, and you never know, they may also turn the microphone on, and then you'll have a much richer experience. So those two AMCOMs, Alpha was taken pretty quickly and we got Bravo. So we're pushing in now. I'm kind of on my own here. We got a couple of teammates on the right. So you notice I'm taking it a little bit slow. I'm going to push in though. I can see these two guys there. And you can see the Famas goes right up. There is some heavy recoil. It can be tricky to control, especially if you get suppressed. I would not recommend this weapon at all. So, as you can see here, I'm pushing onto the MCOM. We can see some guys are on the right on the mini-map, so get a nice little double kill on them and then proceed to planting the MCOM. We got teammates on Bravo now, so normally I might plant this and then head over to Bravo, but because we have teammates over there, I'm going to stay over here and, you know, keep the objective under control. We got the LEV here, we got our teammates on the right, and there's a guy on the left there. You can see him on the mini-map. At this range, the Famas is really, you know, you have to single fire, burst fire, and even then, you know, if you're not getting headshots, forget about it. It's not going to happen. I luckily get that guy at that distance, but I think that was, I think he took a little bit of damage from the LEV there. So we are going to be pushing in on the right side, heading towards these next set of MCOMs. The Famas is really great in close range, but it is much better if you try and flank the enemy rather than attacking from the front. So if we take on the Alpha MCOM, we're going to be, you know, heading into right where all the players are probably going to be, and you're going to be forced into head-on gunfight. So, you know, don't really want to go that way with the Famas. So as you can see here, we're pushing up. Ideally, you want to take this building here. You can see there's an enemy there. I'm going to revive that guy. You know, that's the reason I did that. Normally I'd say don't revive before you've engaged with the enemy, but the reason I did that there was I wanted to revive that guy and distract the enemy. You see, he was firing at the guy I just revived rather than the person who, once again, is the real threat. You know, he's clouded by this guy who's right in front of him, and he is not the real threat because he's still getting up, and it's me. So, I see my teammates are pushing in on Bravo. They've pushed in on Bravo. We have taken it now, but I'm still going to talk about this point. They pushed in Bravo, and instead of just sitting there at Bravo, I push in to cover an area where the enemy has a chance of getting through. So, I shot one guy there, and once there's no one else coming through, I'm going to fall back. And as you can see here, there's a guy on the mini-map, so I'm just falling back now, getting ready to take this guy out. And you know, he's going up into that building, and I don't know what weapon he's using, but the chances are he's probably got a better weapon than me, so hence I don't wait for him to poke his head out the window. when you're using weapons like the Famas, it's an awful weapon at medium to long range engagement. So you want to minimize the chances of you getting into one of those gunfights at that kind of range. It's very important to play at the weapons. The Famas tends to really shine in close quarters. It can outgun M16s, M416. It can outgun a lot of weapons in close range. But at those medium to long ranges, you know, it really can't compete with them very well. You can still win gunfights, provided that you burst fire and you tend to try and go for headshots. But generally, those you don't really want to engage unless you have to. You know, sometimes you do. You know, you can't. If your weapon is only good in close range, you can't guarantee that you're always going to be in close range engagements. You have to try and play it to the best strengths. So there's a couple of guys flanking. They keep showing up on the mini maps, so we're gonna go into alpha now. Our teammates have taken them out, and you can see here, watch this, right? I'm ADS around the corner. The reason is, you don't need to run around every corner. If you run around the corner, you're gonna run straight into the enemy, and you're gonna put yourself at risk. You know, ADS around every single corner you can, and then, you know, rush around corners and run around corners, whatever, when you have the experience to do so. You know, you should really be ADS in every corner, really, but it's like, see ADS up the stairs once again, catch that guy out. You know, I see a lot of players just running around every single corner, and they say, I totally shot that guy first, I totally should have won that gunfight. But no, when you run around the corner, you are putting yourself at a huge disadvantage against your opponent. They're going to see you faster, they're going to more than likely be ADS, and they're more than likely going to be waiting for you. You know, just ADS around corners. That's all I want to say about that point. So, we're coming up to the final set of MCOMs here, just peeking around the corners. You know, while I don't really want to engage with long range situations, you know, I'm ADS around the corner so I can look at those long range engagements, try and see where the enemies are. There's no enemies over there, so I'm not too worried about the right side so much. You can see on the minimap there has been 2 players died over there, so I'm assuming there might be 1 or 2 over there, but for the time being, we've got a lot of teammates over on Alpha. There's no one here, so you know, Alpha is the real MCOM to take right now. We have this area on lockdown. We've got 2 guys on the left. They're dealing with the enemies just around the corner there. We've got a couple of guys behind the MCOM here, so I'm just looking around. 2 teammates on the left there. I don't need to worry about that passageway to the left so much now. I get taking a little damage from that. I think it was a mortar, maybe a grenade. I wasn't too sure. But anyway, I can see my teammates are pushed in further now, and now's the time to get on that MCOM. We've got total map control here. You can see on the mini map they're coming from that entrance near their spawn. So I'm just going to take a brief moment to get a little bit of cover behind here. Not the best of cover, however, it's a temporary solution. You know, not every single bit of cover that you take has to be a brick wall or a spot where you can head glitch, as people like to call it. Just a momentary brief little bit of cover that's okay and ideal for the current situation. So that MCOM has been taken. Now we're going to make a push on Bravo. This can be a little tricky one. Ideally, I see a lot of players, they try and get that spot at the back, which is a great spot to have. But many players tend to focus on that, and they keep rushing in to try and get that behind the desk area here. Whereas if you have this area here, you have a nice lookout on the MCOM, and it's often unexpected. You know, I could stand here and just peek over these sandbags, cover the guys who are coming from the spawn area there, and I can look at the MCOM just by taking a brief moment around the corner, like there. You see, you know, the position that players are always trying to, I see many players always trying to get these supposedly strong positions, you know, behind the desk or the highest building in the map. You know, these aren't always the best positions. The best position is the one that's the best right here at this moment that you can get the most out of. And right there, I can see the enemy spawn and I can see the MCOM. So that position is 10 times, 100 times better than the one at the back of the map. Unfortunately, I do get taken out there. You know, that is unfortunate. The MCOM was planted, our whole squad was taken down, and it was disarmed. But luckily, our team is planting once again. And now you can see I'm just rushing out in the map. You know, we need this MCOM right now, so I'm not too focused on around me, and unfortunately I get taken out there. But I was looking at the mini-map and I saw that guy, and there's 4 or 5 teammates around me, so I kind of just assumed that they would see him. You notice right here, I'm not in that position I said was strong, and that is because the situation has changed and we have the MCOM planted, so I move forward to get ready for the enemy coming in from their spawn. Again, changing your position to what is going on. You know, that position may be strong for the current moment in time, but as the game progresses, as your teammates change positions and the enemy changes positions, you need to really adapt to the situation and, you know, go from there. So thank you for joining me today. That was a 17-1 gameplay on the map Seine Crossing, Rush Attack with the Famas. I will probably not be using this weapon too often. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you guys later. Take it easy.